Of course, we're here for Slap News. I've got Garrett Blakesslee with me. We're going to be doing a future watch of this young prospect in Power Slap turned heads with his round 1 KO in the first episode of Road to the Title 2. Let's get Garrett in here. How you doing, my man?
Hey, what's good?
Oh, everything's good, my man. We've got 12 weeks of Road to the Title. Uncle Dana keeps on giving us new fights every single Wednesday, so life is great. What a way to start off the show. We get a round 1 KO from you. You got the braids in there. I got to ask you right off the bat. KO Chris said that the person doing your braids got paid $400 to do that. Is that true?
Yeah, they did. And I wanted to get him second time, and they were like, everybody else wanted to get him too. So it was like getting out of budget with everybody wanting to do it. It came out to like $5,000. They're like, we can't do that, but you can pay for it. I was like, oh hell no, I'll fly my girl out for that much. I was like, damn. So come second fight, you're going to see the braids in on that one. I might get something done here on later on, but yeah, second fight, I'm rocking the man bun. But
awesome, man. That's wild, man. Crazy the prices out there in Vegas, man. Seems like inflation's going up 400 or 500.
Oh, for sure.
That's the case. I get my hair cut for $100 and I think it's a lot. So
I'm about ready to just buzz cut it, but
yeah,
we'll hold off on that a little bit.
Amazing, my man. Let's talk about your background a little bit. Where did you grow up? What did you do athletically or combat sport-wise that made you want to join Power Slap and have the confidence that you do?
So I talked about it in a little bit, me not having confidence growing up, and I did bounce around from sport to sport. I honestly did basically everything. I just never really stuck to it. I always quit, and I just was never really about anything or sticking to anything. I was in trouble a lot, so I was never really had the time or anything that I could do to stick with. But getting into all of that, I honestly never thought that I'd be here at Power Slap today. It all came as a shock. My cousin's husband, Cole, ended up getting into it, and I was like, you know what, I might as well apply. Knocked a few people out of the bar, actually quite a bit, and had the best luck doing that. So I was like, I feel like I could do it, and I got up in it, and I did just that. So,
is that Cole Young?
Yeah, it's Cole Young.
Oh, okay. So you guys had a connection there then?
Yes. Yep.
Awesome. Okay, yeah, because he's from New York, and I know you were saying that you went back to see family, and that were you able to connect with Cole at all when you were out there?
Oh, I didn't see him last time, but yeah, he comes around a lot. They're only about an hour from all of our family, and Alyssa, his wife's family, is all out. Actually, same road as me, basically. So they're all out there. So when they come back for the holidays and everything, get to see him. So
awesome, man. Was he able to help you at all? Did he give you any tips or tricks or talk?
Yeah, for sure. He was on the show. Yeah, he was texting me and everything, video calling me, and just kind of embracing me and telling me what I should do and what to expect from what kind of fighters and everything like that. So he was kind of giving me a nice little brief of everything. So that was nice to get to have an insight of that as well.
Awesome, man. I mean, going there, reality TV shows can be crazy. Based off what you thought going in to the way it actually unfolded being there, was it more or less what you thought it would be, or was it even more crazy?
It was kind of what I predicted, going in there. Wasn't the most fun. It was kind of like we were on lockdown, but at the same time, there was a bunch of enjoyable moments where we had a bunch of drunken nights. There's going to be some probably foolish stuff with me on there at some point. Yeah. But we had great nights. We had great times, but everything has its flaws,
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you had the opportunity to have that experience again, would you do it, or are you done with it?
I think I'm going to stick to the other events and everything like that, sticking to that, because I don't know, the reality is just, I don't know, it's not for me as much.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great way to launch, fighters' careers, though. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
Going from, practically unknowns in the sport to being able to have that airtime to be able to tell your story and get some personality side of it. It's going to set up really well, I think, for the future. And obviously people being able to understand who you are. And I mean, even with the TV series, you're only there for a split second, whether you're, 60, 90 second backstory and the stuff that, you filmed in your hometown and stuff. And, doing stuff like this, we go into greater detail, obviously, to kind of get to know more about you, your backstory and stuff like that. But what are you doing right now for a day job? Like, what's your main premise, and how often do you get to train?
No, so I wasn't employed for a while, just traveling, doing my thing. And I actually just, since I got back from Power Slap, and I got a job over at a factory. So I'm going to be starting that up here soon. Okay. But other than that, I just kind of hanging around, just working out every day, just doing my thing, just my gym routine and eating right, and
Nice. What kind of factory?
It's like a nail production factory, so it coats them with all the what you call it, like the rubbery stuff, the coatings and everything for like screws, bolts, all that stuff.
Gotcha.
Nothing special. It's just work.
Gotcha, man. So you're talking about your training. So I mean, I'm assuming a guy like you, you're probably you're hitting the gym, getting some weight sessions in.
Yeah, for sure.
Since being back, have you started to adopt any slap specific training into your routine?
Yeah, I throw about 100 to 200 slaps in a bag a day, and I try and just average around there. And sometimes I just rest. Rest is a big thing and everything, and that was a big thing going into training, where they wanted you to train over actually in the UFC, Apex, and everything like that, and teach us how to do it. Everything. Everybody was kind of still going hard in the gym and pushing themselves and working out a lot, and that's something I really didn't take up on as much, because I kind of just held back and let my body relax as days went by. I had a nice two weeks of recovery the whole time I was there until fight day. So I had a lot of recovery and a lot of strength going into it, instead of everybody else milking out their muscles and everything, and kind of draining their bodies a little bit.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about it a little bit. I mean, KO Chris Thomas was your coach on the show. What was he like, and what did he teach you?
He's a solid dude. He reminds me a lot of the guys that I hang out with back home. So I feel like we kind of connected in a way. He taught me a lot of things. Gave me a briefing on like a heads up on how to soak a hit and just kind of go with it, instead of just trying to absorb all the power in one hit. So to just kind of stepping with it, and
Yeah. A guy like that who's has a perfect record so far. A guy that's dropped down from heavyweight to down to welter where he's at. So he's been able to go through quite the weight cut. To be able to actually do that. I know you fought your first match at light heavyweight. Do you think that's kind of your natural weight, or could we see you dropping down, in the future?
I don't think I'd ever want to drop down. I've always stayed at my weight as it is, and I like being the size I am. Honestly, I don't even know if I want to drop down for a fight at all. I've seen all these other guys too. They're coming in my weight class from like 230, dropping down, cutting, extremely just dehydrating themselves, and I'm like, it just doesn't make such sense to me. You need all that hydration in your brain to stop from concussions and everything, and keeping yourself more awake and aware. So I never really liked any of that stuff. So I walk around at 205. Most I get to is 210 sometimes. And I generally average 200 to 210. That's I walk around weight every day.
Yeah. For you to get to 210, what are you going to do? Are you doing some burger challenges, or what's happening?
Yeah, that's Taco Bell eating them beefy melt burritos. Those get you there real quick.
Okay. Awesome, man. Outside of, training in the gym, now training for slap, like, what are you doing for fun? What do you do on the weekends? Friday night, your buddies call. What are you doing to keep yourself occupied?
You got some karaoke night around here. Other than that, there's not too much. Sending through some fields, just having a fun time in the trucks, mudding. Winter's coming, so we got snowboarding. I love snowboarding. That's one of my big things I do. So I'll probably get a combo pass in Holiday Valley. We live right 5 minutes from it. All my family, like I was talking about in New York, stuff like that. I don't know. We find some trouble to get into all the time, but just hanging out with boys, doing whatever. I play guitar, do a lot of that stuff. Just have fun.
Nice, man. How grateful are you for the opportunity that's been given to you, with Power Slap?
I am very grateful. It's given me a lot of opportunities. It's an amazing sport. I know everybody's dissing on it in the comments, and I'm reading all that, but they don't have the balls to step up. And then they're complaining and saying this should be illegal. Well, you probably shouldn't be voting then, because you're a pussy. And I fucking love it, dude. It's a great sport. It keeps me going. And honestly, I still have dreams about it, dude. I know I wake up and I'm so amped and my adrenaline's going again, and it's the best feeling. I'm very, very thankful that I was given this opportunity.
How has your life changed? I mean, since the fights dropped, I'm sure you're probably people that you haven't heard from in years have probably reached out to you. I'm sure you're probably seeing, your social numbers grow. You're probably talking to people you never talked before, but like, how has it changed, if at all? So
walking into public, I get recognized quite a bit, which is kind of weird because it's just like a little town.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, yeah, I've actually had a bunch of people reach out that they told me to never talk to them again, how much they hated me and everything like that. And then they're asking me to interview. Yeah, I was just like, no, thank you. You aren't my friend going into it. You ain't gonna be my friend coming out of it, So I just kind of stick to my roots and everything, and just stay who I am.
Gotcha, my man. I know you said earlier that you play a little bit of football too, kind of growing up. What kind of level did you make it to, and did you learn anything from playing football that could help translate into slap?
So like I said, I jumped around and I quit a lot of sports. So I was in and out, but my biggest thing from it was weightlifting. I grew a routine, and I was able to form myself into a routine and have the knowledge, because I know a lot of people going into working out, they walk into a gym and they're going to this machine and this machine and this machine, but having the knowledge and going into it and getting such a routine where you got your splits down and everything else like this just gives you a lot more. And that benefited me into translating that to my power slap muscles, the ones that I focus in my workouts, because now I've started to more focus pec flies and oblique training, because that's the two major things that go into it when you're swinging, and your obliques when you're twisting. So in all that stuff, and even your hamstrings, you can really feel it too when you're doing your workouts and you hit your hamstrings, and when you try and base off of it, how sore it is, if it is needing to recover and everything like that. So you can really feel the muscle categories that go into it. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, for sure, my man. That's awesome. If Dana White is watching this interview, anything you want to say to him?
Keep throwing your dudes at me, dude. Gotta keep taking them down. Hope they impress you some more.
Overall, you talked about having the balls to get up there and compete and fight. Looking at the attention to detail they do with you guys, from the photo shoots, the video shoots, the way they present yourselves, to the medicals, to the paychecks that you guys are getting. Do you think it's all, fair and on the up and up? Like, are you satisfied with what they're doing for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Everything there is super professional. Everything there is very to the T. Everything is very perfect in how they organize everything. I think everything's very fair. The calls are very fair. I know some people complain about the calls and everything like that, but when it comes down to it, everything's in slow-mo. Everything is stepping calls, whatever it may be. They are looking at that in such a fine grain that every play is completely fair. And I've heard some people complain about them, and I now coming back into it with the knowledge that I have, that they stress to you when you're learning the rules, is that a lot of the calls that were not made or made were very accurate, and they may not have agreed, but generally the refs and everything do a great job on that.
Yeah, I agree with you, my man. If you weren't doing power slap right now, what would you be doing with your life?
It's a good question. I'd probably still be living the same loop. I feel like it kind of pushed me to be greater, and kind of gave me that step I really needed, because I was looking for something to start building my profits up and making some more money and getting myself out there, maybe getting into real estate and a bunch of other things, which real estate's not doing so good now, but a bunch of different career avenues, and diversing my portfolio and everything, getting everything out there. I don't know. I want to be an entrepreneur in a way. I just want to have a comfortable life and just be financially free, to where I can just go out and chill and do whatever, chilling on a boat, some beach, not caring about anything, That's, I don't know. It's a good question, but it definitely pushed me to be greater, and stay more fit, because here and there I'll have a slump where I just start going downhill again.
Yeah. I hear you, my man. I appreciate you joining me. I got one last one for you. All right. I want you to do a two-parter. Shout out your social handles where people can follow you. And secondly, thank anybody in your life who helped you get here today.
Okay. Shout out for Garrett _Blakesslee is my Instagram. Flacco. What is it? I don't know him right now. I might have to just look up my name, Garrett Blakesslee. You'll find me on any socials. And I want to thank my girlfriend for being such an amazing and supportive person. And just thankful for Dana for giving me the opportunity too. So thank you all.
Awesome, my man. I appreciate you joining me. All the very best. I'm sure we'll have you back again for many more episodes, as I think you've got a bright future in power slap.
Rock on. Have a good one, brother.